fantastic. This is GT racing right now.
He's got traction, he's going around the outside of both of them! Maloney!
Oh, he's taken Anderson! Anderson's up to
Oh my god!
Big crash! Oh my goodness, half the field's gonna get rolled!
Second very close. These guys are want to make their way through the field very quickly.
Oh, there we go!
Oh no! That's massive! This is it! This is over! I can't believe this! Oh my god!
God, what?
Sometimes you just got to lick the stamp and send it.
I don't know what happened on there. I just plucked her in first, gave some gentle. Fuck yeah.
You are racing with other people. And if you no longer go for a gap that exists, you're no longer a racing driver.
We go green for 40 minutes of racing around Monza.
Look at defense by Ethan Grigol, just getting so punchy.
And a brilliant getaway already from Josh Rogers.
Two pro drivers going at it here between Dylan O'Keefe and Nick Foster.
Stanaway's demoted to third. Webster wins week 9 here at Sebring. Through the final corner. That's a huge slide for Cooper Murray. He's just trying to barge their way through, and that's whoa. That's a merry-go-round for Nick Burkett. Campbell, Paolo Gaon, and Ferraris behind. Glenn Wood actually was flipped into the barriers. One of the most exciting pirouettes I've seen in quite some time. That's Van Gisbergen, and his day is done. Tell you what, if Calvin wins this race, I wouldn't be surprised. He's all 4 wheels up the racetrack. Wow, but he just saves it on the apex.
Contact almost made, side by side through the elevation change, and Scotty McLaughlin had the move done, but he got over the crest. And
What a send!
Dylan O'Keefe sends it up to the inside, can't do anything with it.
Shane Van Gisbergen already on the attack.
It begins and sending has begun.
And it's going to be a drag race to the line. Tuesday night is rapidly becoming a night to lick the stamp. Send it.
I forgot I was helping commentate here. I was just sitting back in my jocks and
It's the end of an era today, but also the beginning of a new chapter, as the men responsible for the Just Send It series, Reese Lowe and Trent Harrison, bid farewell to their duty as series ringleaders, and the role was passed on to some new faces. The series is not going anywhere, so let's give it a massive send-off for Season 2 as we arrive here at Interlagos in the Williams F1 car, from back when they were good. My name's Ryan Jones, alongside me is Jay Kennedy, and he's also on the cameras, because Jay's key to multitask today, Jay, and it should be a good race.
Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and what a send-off we should have for the end of Season 2. I know that both Reese and Trent have been wanting to have this car as part of the series for a little while, so seems like it's their last night of being able to choose the combos. They thought they better have it. So, and there's been a lot of shade thrown around about Williams and this car over the past couple of days on the Just Send It Facebook page as well. There was a bit of a joke saying that this was a Williams Formula 2 car. It's that slow. So, but how good do these cars sound? It just brings us back to those good old days of F1 where cars actually sounded like really, really fast Formula 1 racing cars and not vacuum cleaners.
Yeah, they do sound good, I'll give them that. And of course, what year are these? Is this model?
2010, memory got 2009. We'll get corrected in the chat, so no doubt.
Yeah, they at least were fast back then, before Williams just disintegrated in 2016, 2017. A few good drivers in here as well. Just having a look. So Justin Ruggier's back as always. We've got who else? We've got Steve Owen, of course. Reese Lowe's in here. Glenn Wood. Cooper Murray, did you see earlier? Matt Charter's in here. Trent Harrison. And I think we saw Joshua Rogers as well. So plenty of good drivers out here today. And should make for a good race. Of course, the grid will probably be shaken up a little bit. And 60 minutes out there for these drivers as well. yeah, should be a good recipe here for a good race. 60 minutes, so probably going to need to pit, I would imagine, and a comp caution, we believe, as well, to tighten things up. So at some point throughout the race, don't know when it's going to come. It'll be thrown at random, I would believe so. Only a couple of drivers out there know what that is. Probably shot Harrison really slow. Unfair advantage, I guess, as the series happens, but only for one more night. Of course, some big prizes on offer tonight as well. A random viewer prize up for grabs, a $250 workshop voucher from Melbourne Performance Centre. To be eligible for that, make sure you share the broadcast and then type in the comments. Jay, what are they going to type in the comments?
Well, I actually clicked the right button to unmute my microphone. It did want to unmute there. MPC is the... I've got too many things going. I screwed up so much shit tonight. MPC is the password or the code word. So share the broadcast on Facebook and put in the initials of Melbourne Performance Centre, MPC, for your chance to win a $250 voucher. What a good start to the night. I'm glad we've got a week off next week. It's, wow. You can tell this is why I don't commentate much these days.
Yeah, this is why I don't commentate after I finish a race either, but Jay wrote me into this one. And also, some prizes and offer for the drivers. Top 30, I believe, will be top 30 in this split, will be receiving a Milwaukee Racing team hat. I think there's a couple of variants. There's a red and black one, a normal cap, there's a flat cap, I think, too. It was just plain red, which both look pretty good. I'm trying to get my hands on one of them. Jay, work your magic for me, mate.
Cannot guarantee it, but I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Maybe someone that wins one might donate one back to you. But yeah, I'm just seeing a whole heap of cars crashing coming out of the pits. Whole heap of drivers too running not Williams liveries on these cars as well. So got a few Red Bulls. Actually saw a Brawn GP livery out there as well. So a few drivers running all different sorts of liveries. We've got a Renault. What's that? Circa 2007, 2006 livery on screen there for Arudo Baz. Got just plain colours, all different sorts of things. So it's going to be cool to see all the different liveries. We've got a heap of time to get through them all. Let's have a look at the grid though.
So off pole, well, there's a surprise. Off pole position, it's Joshua Rogers. Tyson Williams will line up alongside him. Chris Owen starts from third ahead of Paul Mansell in fourth. Cameron Dance and Cody Bircher, 5th and 6th. Justin Ruggier starting from 7th. That is Steve Owen and 8th. Top 10 rounded out by Josh Morris and Nick Coulter.
Yeah, then we got Job Stewart and Blake Purdy in 11th and 12th. Cooper Webster, Ethan Gould next in 13th and 14th. Guy Leach and Brenton Hobson. Hobbo a little bit further back. Jack Wittes, Glenn Postlethwaite, Joshua Burton and Mitchell McLeod. The rest will come up on screen because we don't have as long as normal. For the first time in a long time, these drivers have a standing start. Zach Bates back in 30th position will be one to watch as well. Who else have we got? Andre Burrell in this field too. Jonathan Bykoff, Ben McMillan, Matt Charter, and Glenn Wood and Reese Lowe all at the back of the field. So it'll be interesting to see. As we said, around about an hour this race is. Sorry, it is an hour long this race. So here we go. We're getting ready to get the green light already.
Red light's on, it's 5 lights, and away we go. And a poor start from second place, but Chris Owen from third gets an enormous start and goes all the way to the inside of Joshua Rogers and contact in the background as Paul Mansell clean swept that Red Bull livery machine, and they all filter the way through turn 3 now. And it's Cody Bircher trying to fend off from Cameron Dance going around the outside as well. Into turn 4, and Rogers just about holds on to lead from Chris Owen.
Oh no, there's a car around right in the middle of the field here. It's, there's a car flipping there into the fence. I believe that was... Well, I actually don't know who that was.
And a big crash as well, the double left-hander. And that's a Mercedes that has taken a pretty big whack. That was Job Stewart in the Pursuit Sim Racing machine, amazingly able to keep going despite rolling a Formula 1 machine.
Incredible that we've still got all of these guys still going. There's been another incident. Oh, still another incident. That's a bit of damage there. Actually wondering if have the cars got no damage on?
Oh, damage.
Have they got no damage? Like, none of these cars are damaged. They're all continuing on. So damage looks as if it's turned off on these cars. So that's thrown a little bit of a curveball. Another car around. That's Job Stewart again. He's struggling out there, but these cars have definitely got no damage.
No.
So we were saying earlier that before we started this broadcast, the cars that won't even be able to touch. Well, this changes a few things. The guys will be able to touch. Zach Bates is around. We've got cars flipping. I'll tell you what, this is going to be chaos and mayhem. Cameron Dance and Paul Mansell are actually putting on an interesting performance at the moment because they are legitimately battling for 4th and 5th position.
Having a good old tussle are these two. Paul Mansell trying to fend him off. Rogers is starting to gap Owen, who's got a pretty decent buffer back to Bertrand's all by himself ahead of this battle as well. And so the issue with the, well, not the issue, the good thing with the Formula 1 car is the high downforce they've got. The slipstream effects is super powerful heading down this main straight here out of the final corner. Cameron Dance will launch straight into the wake of Mansell. Going to be forced to go the long way around here. 2 kinks in this straight. When you come out of the final corner before you get to the start-finish line, Dance to the wrong side of the track to turn 1. Mansell holding it tough on the inside, can Dance sweep around the outside, a la Max Verstappen last year on Lewis Hamilton. No, he can't. He tucks back in behind. And now Nick Coulson's going to enter the picture as well on that McLaren Mercedes.
Weird to see a McLaren livery on a Williams F1. Of course, all these cars are identical. They are Williams F1s.
McLaren Mercedes Williams?
Yeah, McLaren Mercedes Williams Toyota. Through goes Cameron Dance ahead, but Nick Coulson's been the big winner out of this. On 3-1, Millie! Oh!
Can't quite find a way through there, and again defensive from Mansell, but Coulson's got the inside line here. Contact, and Mansell goes around. Gets put back the right way by Coulson, and Hobson has taken evasive action there as well, and his old school Williams livery there.
Yeah, circa 1994. Almost loops it around. It's lost 2 spots. 1 to Cooper Webster and 1 to Ethan Griggold. In the background, Tyson Williams is around in the Red Bull liveried car. And Josh Rogers now has got a 2.5 second lead. He's gone. We won't worry about him anymore. Chris Owen at the front as well. A fairly decent margin. That battle now 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and even 9th now in Hobson. It's getting rather tight. We're going to go back a little bit further though, because 13th, 14th, and 15th all very close right now.
I'm just going to go ahead and say Joshua Rogers has won this race.
Not yet, he hasn't. There's always black flags to come, don't worry.
Side by side then, into turn number 1. And I've just lost it. There we go. And Josh Morris will tuck in behind Tyson Williams.
Did you see that wheel work then?
I did not.
Watch this again on board here with Morris. Watch the wheel work here at the exit of turn 3. Down through the S. Right here.
Good old tank slap. I heard of that one quite well.
That's what you call wheel spin. And he's lost a fair bit of ground from that. So back live, and he's under a lot of pressure here because right behind is Baz trying to get through and almost up the inside. Couldn't quite get it done.
And here we go. Baz gets to the inside for the right-hander, and Morris will try to look for the crossover, won't find it. What about into the final quarter? He's going to have the slipstream down this main straight. He's probably going to be able to come back at him. There's some in black in a big battle behind him as well. Morris has slipped up for the final corner and probably just falls out of that optimal slipstreaming range. Andre Borrell keeps it going up under 2 wheels, the penultimate corner.
I believe that was Scott Connors that he had an incident with there. Jack Wittes was involved as well in that one. Josh Morris has actually come into the pit, so may have come in and burnt his tyres up already. It is very, very possible to burn your tyres up very quickly. Cooper Webster right behind his teammate here in Ethan Griggold. They're trying to battle for, 7th and 8th position at the moment. It's just ahead. There's an incident. That's a lap car. And already we've got cars getting lapped. Simon Black's had a spin as well. Josh Morris is coming out of the pit, so definitely a change of tyres there for him. Maybe a change of underpants after that big tank slapper he had.
Yeah. Might be easy to name the drivers that haven't had a spin out there. That first lap, I think, saw half the field facing the wrong way at some point. Are they 3 almost identical looking cars making its way through the mid-section of the track. Oh, and a big wiggle for the Just Send It machine of Andre Borrell. There's a good battle still raging for P6. Paul Mansell and Ethan Grigol making their way through 1 and 2. That's disparity in the field already. They're already well into the next lap of the race. And watch the slipstream here from Ethan Grigol. Down to the inside he goes. They'll go side by side. Not much that Mansell can do there. They look for the crossover move. He's looking, but can't quite find it.
Good move there. Nick Coulson's around at the same corner, the exit of turn 4. Who turned 4 and 5, and he's lost a couple of spots. So Hobson's through. Oh no, he's lost it again. He's just trying to regather it. Bounces it off the wall because that is what they can do tonight. No damage on the cars. So they are driving at a very, very high limit. They're not leaving anything on the table. They are pushing harder than I've ever seen. I can actually see the incident counts for some of the drivers. What are we? 8 minutes, 7.5 minutes in. Got drivers, people that are on iRacing already will understand this. Got drivers that are already on 27 incidents in 7.5 minutes of racing.
Oh, I could beat that. Oh,
Probably
after a
could.
bars has gone around. I do that even trying, to be honest. But that is an impressive figure. After a few minutes, Harvey's gone around. Another driver that I hadn't caught the name of as well. I think at any one moment there's about 4 cars facing the wrong way on the track. Remember too, if you want to win that voucher to Melbourne Performance Centre, type NPC in chat, share the broadcast, go into the running. Someone else has gone around. Justin Rugier facing the wrong way. Good old flick spin gets it back going.
Yeah, Rugier, no stranger to this series as well. He's driven quite a lot in this series throughout the year or so that this thing's been going, between what we have and what we didn't broadcast before we started. So.
Oh, big dive up the inside from Rugier. And Lowe goes around. The pressure got to him. And he's now facing the fence. So we're going to replay off of that. You see Rugier ducking and weaving down the straight. And then goes for the late lunge. And Reese Lowe probably could have held it tough. Just too eager on the throttle. And these tyres, or these cars, are extremely twitchy.
100% they are.
Oh, Rogers has been turned by a lapped car at
Wow.
turn 2. Into the fence he goes. Chris Owen goes through, as does Cody. Birchall Rogers goes back to P3. Cameron Dance might be able to capitalise as well as he gets close. And you can see there about 400 metres of netcode on that one. Poor old Glenn Wood's got the lag switch on there as he went by a car on its roof in the main straight too.
I just noticed that there on the replay that there's a car upside down, but I'm sure Glenn Wood was told to sort of just serve Rogers just a little bit.
I mean, you see how much gap was between them?
There was a fair bit of gap there, wasn't there? It's unlucky for Rogers. He's rejoined in third. Dance not far behind, but Dance was openly honest about his performance in comparison to Rogers in qualifying. He said, I'm very, very happy to be within a second of Rogers in qualifying, so I don't think this battle will last too long. It's going to be interesting to watch how quickly Rogers can get up onto the back of Chris Owen. Current gap is, what, 5 seconds or so? It's going to take him a little bit to get there, but once he does, it's going to be a very, very interesting fight. The last lap, even with Rogers, or before Rogers had the spin, the lap previous, Chris Owen was closing in. So Chris Owen might be a little bit better on his tyres in the long run than Josh Rogers.
Oh, Harrison just went around in front of some of the leaders and almost got collected by Rogers. Almost hit Dance. He's in a very awkward spot. Grigol has to go around him. And Cooper Webster will follow. Almost contact with Mansell. And now there goes Webster through. Tell you what, Cooper might be in with a shout of getting by Mansell. He was pretty close. Won't get it into turn number 4, but in the middle section of this track, definitely close enough for a big lunge as he makes a mistake. And that's going to make it very easy for Webster. Just sweeps around the outside and takes that spot. Mansell tries to come back, but not got the run into it.
Good job there from Cooper Webster, so up in a 6th position for him. Brenton Hobson's dropped off a little bit over the last couple of laps too, so he's in 8th position. Got a fair bit of clear air ahead and behind. Tyson Williams, though, putting some pressure on Nick Coulson back in 9th and 10th, but we're going to go to the battle now for 2nd and 3rd, because we said it wouldn't take long for Rogers to close in. Well, I'm surprised at how quickly he's closed in. He's going to get it done before turn 1.
He's going to lose some of that slipstream effect right about now as they reach their top end of their speed. And Bircher's got the inside, but Rogers has got the bravery, and Bircher just tucks in and lets him go as couple laps cars running some issues right in front of them. Job Stewart and Harrison Dengate.
Your driver's having some issues. Big wreck in the
crash in the
background
too out of turn 3.
How was Job Stewart involved in that one?
He's had an absolute shocker, has he?
He has. Remember, he was around at turn
What's
5,
his
6.
incident count, Jay?
He is on 29.30 now, but he is not leading the incident count. So, for next week we have Max Bantz back again. We award the brown star to the driver with the most incidents, and the brown star tonight would be going to Harrison Dengate for now, but still a long way to go. Still 3 drivers yet to get an incident in this race. Cody Bircher, Cameron Dance, and Ethan Gridgold. As that Josh Rogers closes in on the lead once again, now down to 7/10 of a second.
Reese Lowe giving a slipstream there to Chris Owen. Lowe dives down into pit lane, and Owen left with no one to pull his car along. As across the line, Joshua Rogers a 1 minute 11.851. Chris Owen a 1 minute 13.3. Lapped car on the way again. Rogers is having some really tough luck with where he's catching some of these lap cars.
Yeah, exactly. I think without the lap cars, he'd be absolutely a country mile in front. It's just see Michael Hammond slow and facing the wrong way. He was in 11th position. He's dropped a couple already. Now we'll try and pick up what's happened there to Hammond. Has he done this one all on his own, or is there a lap car involved? He's just gone out in sympathy with a lap car that has done the same thing.
Involved. He spotted sympathy of him, I think.
And we looked before Cooper Webster and Ethan Gridgold, when they were closing in on Paul Mansell, they were very, very close together. Then that gap spread out once Mansell got involved in the battle. Now that they've both cleared Mansell, Cooper Webster's closed in. Last lap by was 0.4 of a second quicker, so he's closing in very, very quickly to the back of Ethan Gridgold.
Joshua Rogers too. I think I heard last week that his driving was a little bit questionable. Going for a big change-up, isn't he, in his sim racing world? He's left 3 wide. One of them's the leader. One of them's Joshua Rogers, down to the inside and takes that one away from the laps cars relatively easily. Right up behind Chris Owen right now, but he's over in Europe right now, isn't he? Or is he not moved yet? But
yeah, no, he's definitely moved over. So last week,
moved,
last week jumped in off almost no sleep straight off the plane to do Just Send It from one of his teammates' rigged, so was using unfamiliar equipment, and that was why he was driving. Was not to his normal standard. He was a little bit off pace and things like that, but tonight he must be a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, he still did a good job and come right at the pointy end. So closing in now is he's gone around right on cue. How's that for commentator's curse?
Oh, and someone goes in sympathy. Reese Harnell. Rogers maybe still using some alien equipment up there.
Also just seen Ethan Gridgold get past Cooper Webster. Oh, sorry, he and Cooper Webster were battling, and Webster's just giving him a serve. Teammates have come together.
There's no teammates and Just Send It, Jay.
Good point.
On board, yeah. Webster's just set him in a big way. Cameron Dance now under a lot of pressure from Mr. Rogers himself. I give it 2 corners here before Dance is unceremoniously taken out of P number 3 in this one.
Well, there's 1. There's 2. Will he get a ton? No, he's going to last a little bit longer. Just seeing Ethan Gridgold is in the pits as well. Probably a change of tyres and maybe a few little words to the team bosses about what happened out on track there. And Dance is doing a good job to hold this position here. So great effort from Cameron Dance to hold on for now.
Oh, there he goes.
There it is.
And just experience showing that too. Just walked a little bit on the exit right in front of Dance to stop him from getting the crossover move. And that's why he's one of the best in the world. Argument could probably be made for him being the best in sim racing.
At the moment. Yep.
Yeah, so that's an argument for another day, I think, as we go further back in the field. Justin Ruggier, after his issues already, back in 19th in the rear end of Scott Connors in front of him, making the way through turn number 5 now. And up the inside almost, Scott Connors trying to find his way by Andre Borrell in front of Ruggier here. Ruggio's going to pick off.
Oh, good
them off.
move. Nice move from Ruggio.
Oh, there's a crash right in front of them.
No.
Oh, thread the needle, can't do it. Ruggio gets dispatched off to the right-hand side of the track. Just clipped tyres there with the front left of the other car involved, and he's been hit by none other than Joe Stewart on the rejoin, and Stewart's hit him back.
Oh, no. Job Stewart has not had a great night tonight. That was Glenn Wood that just gave a little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact, and then, yeah, you'll see the rejoin here. And a little shove there. There it is. There it is. There's the hit.
Wait for the next corner. Here comes Stewart back at him. See ya.
Interesting little bit of driving there. Now, talking about Josh Rogers and the ability he's got, a big shout out to he and Jared Filsell, who will be competing once again in the Porsche Esports Super Cup, but also as Rogers sets the fastest lap of the race. Massive shout out as well to regulars of Just Senate, Dane Warren, and also to Josh Anderson, who are both qualified for the Porsche Esports Super Cup 2020. Means we're going to have 4 Aussies out of the 40-car field in the Porsche Esports Super Cup for 2020. So congratulations to all of those guys. Let's just see another car shoot off. That was Ben McMullen again. This is Tyson Williams and Brenton Hobson going at it for now. But how awesome is it to think that we're going to have 4 drivers from Australia in the Porsche Esports Super Cup for 2020.
And they've all got a genuine shot at winning the title as well, so it's going to be brilliant to watch. Another driver I noticed that's in the field I forgot to mention earlier, Joshua Burden, of course, racing for this Nismo team, I believe. Entered the Bathurst 12 hour. That race didn't quite go to plan. I did notice he came back and jumped into a race the same night as Bathurst 12 hour after his early exit from that, so committed to a sim racing. And his real world stuff, quite simply it seems.
100%. It's always committed when you're doing stuff like that. Josh Rogers is closing in again.
Oh,
once again, fastest lap of the race. Let's just see a spinner there. That was Josh Burden. He hasn't had a great night. Tasmanian, the Fusion Sim Racing. He'll be trying to work his way back through. Hobson's not able to hang on the back of Tyson Williams at the moment, but Rogers, Bircher, and Owen, the 3 fastest cars out on track as Cooper Webster goes around. Tyson Williams around as well, so he's gone out in sympathy, and guess where Hobbo's ended up?
6?
Oh, no. Oh, Cooper Webster around again. Yeah, Hobbo's in 6, Tyson Williams 7, but Cooper Webster's decided he's had enough. He's done for the day.
Get the replay up on screen of our 30th incident of the day. As Webster snap oversteer to the middle of turn 1. Chud's get it back going as he made contact. No, he's lifted again. Tough to get these cars. Once you spin on them, they overheat really quickly.
You've got to be careful coming down that hill there too, because you actually lift the rear wheel off the ground and it unsettles the car. So here comes Rogers. He's going to get this done quite easily. Cody Bircher won't put up a fight at all. Through into second position he goes. We're already a third of the way through the race. So, I mean, there has been a lot of incidents, but it is going by at a fairly rapid rate.
It is. It's been a good showing so far. And Rogers just content to not make it easy for himself as he makes mistake after mistake, it seems. He's tucked up behind Widass now, and Ivan Ventagiato in front of him. Chris Owens posting a almost 2-second lead. There's Mitchell McLeod here, trying to defend from Daniel Aish into turn number 1. They'll go side by side, and McLeod can turn him off for now, but Aish looking like the faster of the 2 drivers right now. What's McLeod sporting? Is it a Braun livery?
It is a Braun livery, and I actually know that Mitch just got through on that lap, so McLeod is through, and he's trying to get on Tyson Williams as well, so just also seen Brenton Hobson come in to make his pit stop. Back up the inside goes Tyson Williams, so Williams, McLeod, Aish all going at it nose to tail right now.
Ducking and weaving, trying to find that gap, can't get it through there. And you see just one failed move, how much Williams opens up. There's a big trainer cars in front of these guys. Reese Lowe's a lap down, as is Glenn Wood and Ben McMullen. But all going to get in the way of Tyson Williams, who gets by Lowe. And Lowe's going to just hold up Mitchell McLeod here. He has to go round his outside. And Daniel Aish, and he actually did a pretty good job there at Lowe, just holding it down to the apex. Williams runs wide. This gives the run to McLeod, but I'll tell you what, by the time they get to turn 1, Williams is probably going to have the substrate back on Mitchell McLeod here. Look out for Daniel Aish as well. What about 3 wide into turn number 1? Here goes Aish to the middle. Contact with Williams. They keep it pointed in the right direction. And Mitchell McLeod's going to come out on top into 1, but Williams are around the outside. He's running the Red Bull livery. Shades the Max Verstappen there. A great move.
Very good move, but it's not going to last long because here comes the Brawn liveried Mitchell McLeod. He's going to go up the inside and get this done. Oh, he almost backed out of it at the last second there, did McLeod, but through he goes.
Oh, no! Oh, no, McLeod! Nowhere to go. Into the side of Glenwood. Into the back of Glenwood. And there's 3 cars going slow on the track. Who thread the needle there?
I don't know who that was.
Leach. We've got to get an on board of that guy, Leach. That's almost a blind quarter, that too.
And we'll get another replay of something else as well because Rogers has just gone through on Chris Owen. So we have missed that while we were watching this 3-car battle. This is on board here with Guy Leach. Watch the incident happening all ahead. You'll just see smoke. And where do I go? Where do I go? That'll do. Made it through.
That is how you do it. There's the replay of the move between Rogers and Owen.
Owen's actually had an issue as well. He's lost a whole heap of ground.
In 4th?
Yeah, he's lost a whole heap of ground going slow, so not sure what's happened there. But up the inside into turn 1, and we'll get another replay in just a second of what else has happened here. So this is the second part of the incident. No, it's not. I'm not sure what's happened there.
I'm glad your replay button's working tonight, Jay.
It is. It's getting a workout. I'll tell you, Cody Burton's off the track. We'll have some...
No, he's back on the track.
Yeah, he's again. We'll have an awesome new replay system in the coming, fingers crossed, days, but probably going to say next week.
He's
maybe.
Been saying that for weeks.
No. It's definitely... You've seen what's in the works. You know what's going on. And once it's all going on, it will be amazing.
Chris Owen finds his way back by Cameron Dance. Car coming out of the pit lane, Nick Coulson. He was 11th before he pitted. He's now a lap down and off the track. Got to thank the sponsors as well. I haven't done that at any point today. Melbourne Performance Centre, of course, putting up their massive $250 workshop voucher for a random viewer. JSC Technologies, Erebus Motorsport giving away a hot lap, I believe it was, Jay. And Simworks Race Simulator as well, offering up a shifter throughout the season, helping it draw in some big numbers to this series.
Yeah, big thanks to everyone who's got behind the series, especially big thanks to all the drivers as well for getting behind it. And of course the viewers too. It's been awesome to have such huge viewer numbers on our Facebook, Twitch and YouTube streams. Looks like the pit window is open for a lot of these drivers because they're either coming in because they have to get fuel or they're coming in because they've realised how much quicker fresh tyres are. I just saw the lap times Brenton Hobson's doing in comparison to the guys he was around there. His lap times were incredibly quick. Josh Rogers has also come in, so that to me says that it's definitely pit window time, and I'm wondering if he's got a black flag because he is not in the car anymore.
And losing a heap of ground, Chris Owen goes by. Justin Rougier is in the fence, by the way, between turns number 1 and 2 on the inside. This is Rogers into the pit bay. Up on the jacks.
He's done.
And gone.
I believe Rougier's stuck. Because you
He's
see
on a
the
rough
front
day.
wheels are off the ground. The front wheels are off the ground.
I'm going to hazard a guess. Too much throttle out of turn 1. Spins down to the inside. Hits the fence.
Here we go. Let's find out.
Well, he's all by himself, so there's got to be. He's not being collected. Unless it's the biggest send of all time. Through turn 1. On the apex. And on the fence. That car stopped dead.
And it's in the fence. It's literally stuck in the fence. He cannot move the car. There's
He
only
needs
one
someone
wheel connected on the ground.
He needs someone to come and
Give
hit
him a little
Is he
hit.
still there?
He's still stuck there. Also seeing that Paul Mansell's slow.
He's
Is he
on
out-
top of the fence now. Well, he's made progress at least. I'll give him that.
And Paul Mansell's in trouble here because have a look at what's happened here. He's out of fuel. So he's
Wait a minute. So if they've done 27 minutes and they're out of fuel now...
They're going to have to stop twice.
Yep.
Is he going to get on the starter motor to try and...
Oh, here comes... Who's that? Trent Harrison. He's put Grisham on.
He's on the fence now. And someone else is stuck too. Oh no. What a way to end this season.
Who's that with him? Justin Riggio, Trent Harrison, and Joe Stewart. The other one who's come along, he got himself collected. If Harrison can hit Stewart, yeah, and that's watch out for the leaders. Oh.
Don't worry about the leaders. This is way more entertaining. Oh, I got him.
Yeah. Oh
no, not quite.
He's not got him. Welcome to Just Ended. If you're tuning in for the first time today, this is
sim racing parkour.
Yeah, this is Trent Harrison collecting a poor sword, making his way through as well. They gotta be careful that when the leaders come through, they're not.
No, he's given up on it.
Joe Stewart hasn't. Oh, Rouge's given up. Yeah, I think Stewart's got out. There we go. Well, that's their race done, I'd say.
Oh, that was entertaining, I'll tell you that. It's, just see, it's got Connors and Tyson Williams going at it down the front straight. Chris Owen now leads by 7 seconds. Now, I must say, if you're wanting to watch these cars race in a little bit more of a serious side, SimSpeed TV, yeah, shameless plug here. SimSpeed TV, in association with the iRacing Williams Formula One community, are going to be broadcasting this series each and every Sunday morning Australian time. So it is, I believe, 7 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time, which will then change to 6 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time. I'm already cringing once Daylight Savings ends, or starts, I should say, in the American side of the world. So we'll be very, very early racing, but the racing that you get from the top guys in this level is very, very entertaining and fun. We'll have 2 full-length races, and the rest will be around about 60 or 2/3 real-life distance, so around about a 200-kilometre race. So should be some pretty cool racing throughout. That'll be Sunday mornings on SimSpeed TV.
No, Trent Harrison's had a big incident with... Was that Glenn Wood? No. I can't see who that was. It's a what? I can tell you that much. I think Jay's forgotten to unmute his microphone here, fellas.
No, definitely haven't. Sorry, I was just concentrating on 25 other things going on at once. It is hard to multitask and commentate at the same time, I'll tell you now. So not many people that openly will do it willingly. It's not an easy job to do both, but...
I mean, you don't do it willingly either.
I definitely don't do it willingly, but... No, I enjoy commentating. I just I know that I do a better job when I'm not commentating and I'm broadcasting without the commentary, so...
Work hard.
It's not very nice. Alright, so everyone has come in and pitted. We've got a couple of guys that are coming in for the second stop. We've got Scott Connors in the infield, coming up into the final corner, so he's lost that battle that he was in with, I believe it was Josh Morris. We're now officially in the second half of this race. Ethan Griggle...
Oh, he's dumped him! Morris gets turned down that main straight by none other than Penn McMillan, maybe Glenn Wood. Bump drafting in a Formula 1 car. That is why you don't do it, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't work.
Whoa! While that was going on, Ethan Griggle and Cody Bircher actually had a battle. They've actually changed back positions. So Bircher got back through at turn 4. So now Ethan Griggle's got to get back through. This is 3rd and 4th out on track.
Main straight will be the move, I think, for Griggle. Get the launch out of the final corner. I believe that's turn 14. And then stream by. Although, issue with that for him, Birch's going to go defensive for sure, so he's going to have to go the long way around. Hope he's got a good enough run to make it work before he gets to turn 1 as Bircher runs a little bit wide through the final corner. This is going to allow Griggle a massive run and he's going to go the long way here down the main straight. Berger edges him out to the outside of the track. Comes back to the inside now. Now they're locked side by side at the turn number 1. Regault trying to go all the way around the outside of the first corner. Can't get it done. Berger holds on. But going to be firmly in that slipstream once more as we head down to turn number 4. Will he defend? No, he won't. Regault goes to the inside. A little bit of contact. Wheel to wheel as he made that move. And can Berger hold it? No, he can't. Regault goes deep, though. Goes too deep. Out to the AstroTurf. Rejoins the track. Berger holds on to 3rd.
A little fight here between these guys. They're losing a fair bit of ground to Cameron Dance ahead. They've got 30 seconds to the battle behind between Guy Leach and Daniel H. So these guys can fight all they like and not have to worry about anyone else around them. There's a little bit of a mistake there from Regault. Of course, they do have to worry a little bit about lap traffic, but there is a little bit less of that now. There's only 30 drivers left in the race. We've got 29 up the front as... Oh no, Regault around!
And in the fence as well. And I wasn't watching. What happened, Jay?
So just got balked a little bit. There was a lap car that had an incident just ahead with Cody Berger. And I think he was a little distracted, just trying to get offline and probably let the rears up a little bit too much. This is Berger. He comes out and then just on the racing line there, had to stop really aggressively for that lap car. Not sure who that was. And Regault probably tried to avoid it. Into the fence he went, so he's done. And don't forget as well, if you are watching, we're going to do another shameless one. Yeah, he is too. You can see that on the timing. So unfortunate for Regault. Another car in the background there, also having some issues. Don't forget, if you are watching on Facebook and you would like to win yourself a nice little prize, being a $250 workshop voucher from Melbourne Performance Centre, please share this broadcast on Facebook and also type in the chat the code word, which is MPC. Got it right this time, MPC, Melbourne Performance Centre. And you can win, you will go in the running to win a $250 workshop voucher from Melbourne Performance Centre. Got it right that time.
Corrected that. Yeah, you do this and you will win. That's what you almost said, Jay.
I know, I nearly said win, will, but you know what I mean. It's good. Ben McMillan in the fence, and that's facing the wrong way. Oh, that's because there's a car upside down. Okay, that's Glenwood upside down.
Glenwood has had almost as bad of a race as Job Stewart has had. Trent Harrison spent a lot of time at turn 1 trying to put cars the right way up.
I tell you what, that 360 flip that Glenwood just did was actually quite good. It was a good rotation on it. See if they... Oh, now McMillan's stuck on top of Wood.
Oh, no. Here comes Harrison. No, I can't do it.
Oh, they need to get a better run up this. I must say these are entertaining to watch in some ways. I mean, it's a little bit funny. What would it be if it... Oh, no. Oh, I thought he was going to do it. Oh, no, not back out on the track. Oh, I got it!
It worked. It worked.
Now they're going to bump draft and spin each other.
Probably flip him again.
Very funny. Cameron Dance last lap took 3.5 seconds, sorry, 4 seconds out of Chris Owen. So Cameron Dance has closed that gap down. It was 7.5 seconds. It's now 3.5. Something's going on with Chris Owen.
Something is going on with Glenn Wood. I'll tell you that much.
They're just having fun for the last one.
Yeah.
I can tell you that they're all in the same Discord together, all having a laugh. I can tell right now that they're laughing.
So who's taken over the series, Jay?
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to announce that yet, but I can admit that it is in very, very, very safe hands. So series will go on.
Which means it has not gone to Jay. So
that's right. I'm not taking it over, so it is way safer than me doing it. But, it should be good fun next season. Will be a lot of different things in place for next season, and it will mean that the entertainment value will be very, very high, which is what we want in these races. You want to have a laugh and have a bit of fun. As the second round of pit stops are now underway, so you can pit from now and make it home. Probably going to see a few guys pit in probably another 10 minutes or so. Josh Morris is the driver that has done the most laps at the moment in this stint, 23 laps. Because we are on lap 29, so he's done it a little bit backwards, has Josh Morris, but he'll come in and make his final stop very, very soon.
Cameron Dance and Norfolk Spot as 1 and 2 did a fantastic job to pick his way through there. And only 3.3 off the lead of the race. Might have opened up a bit through turns 1 and 2. It did 4.3 seconds now the gap. But definitely the quicker of the two drivers at the moment, certainly as the run goes on. And if Cameron Dance manages to win this race, yeah, I don't know. That's almost as likely as you winning a race, Jay.
I have won races before.
It was only one of them, but he won them. They count, right? You're the only person. Hey. What?
How many Daytona 500s have you won? I've won one more of them than you. Oh no, Dancer's around.
Why is it every time we say someone's doing good, they spin? The commentator's curse is in full effect today.
Oh, 100%. It's been really, really strong tonight. The Job Stewart is the last of our runners at the moment, and it looks like the last few laps has actually been a little bit more consistent than what he had been. He's currently P30, 8 laps down, but he will gain a few spots. Tyson Williams, Andre Burrell, and Scott Connors have all decided that they have had enough laughs for the night, so that they've pulled off to the side. I've just seen Tyler Howard also has had an issue.
Are we going to get a caution? I hope we do. Bunch the field back up. Have you got up in rules, Jake? Throw a caution.
Okay. Let me see if I can do this. No, I don't have the role to be able to do that tonight, so admins, if you are listening, throw a caution. Let's make it spicy. Get a few drivers back on the lead lap.
We've got 9 guys on the lead lap at the moment. Good pace from everyone to make that happen. 9 guys on the lead lap in 40 minutes of racing, but it does make it a little bit difficult to see who's actually battling who, unless you've got the full timing up, which can be found at simspeed.tv/timing.
Or you can just go to simspeed.live. Get you there even quicker.
Yeah. I was taking a guess. Oh. I really was.
Reese Lowe has a bit of a spin, and Ben McMillan tries to straighten him up and makes him spin a bit further, so big well done to those guys. Big congratulations once again to Reese and also to Trent for their hard work. Behind the scenes, they've done an incredible job on getting this series to as huge as it is right now. The fact that we've had mainstream stories written about it, drivers of the caliber that we've had racing this series, and drivers that come by week after week just to have a run and have a bit of fun. It's been really, really good. So congratulations to both Trent and to Reese as Trent goes around just with we're talking him up. And to have all the people that have been involved throughout has just been incredible. So congratulations, guys. I think Trent's just decided he's just going to sit and wait for
Trent, throw a
caution. Maybe that's what he's doing. He might be listening to the broadcast in the background and be trying to throw that caution. Just see Mitchell McLeod's not far off being lapped here by Chris Owen. Closest battle on track is this one here, Matt Charter and Ivan Vantiago. Getting rather close, about 1.2 seconds apart. So Ben McMillan just has a spin right, not far away from Trent Harrison there. So I think Harrison's waiting for Glenn Wood. Let's see. This is how this is going to play out. You can tell straight in front of him, bang.
No, he hit someone else. Who did he hit?
I'm not sure who that was that he hit.
Whoever it is, I'm not happy with Glenn Wood.
It was the 33 car, I believe, Daniel Aish, who got hit. So Daniel Aish in 6th position was the one that was hit there, and Josh Morris has also caught around, so...
well, so Rogers isn't in the race anymore, is he?
No, Rogers is gone. So we've lost Josh Rogers, we've lost Justin Grugier, we've lost Paul Mansell, Cooper Webster, Emerson Harvey, Steve Owen, Glenn Possett's
That's a long list.
It is a very, very long list of who is out of this race. I believe Steve Owen, who was starting a little bit higher than he had in previous ones, has decided he's had enough for the day. Nick Coulson as well, looks like he's done for the day too. Start then. Yeah, the front of the field is really spreading out now. There's only 7 cars left on the lead lap. Mitchell McLeod has just been lapped, as we said. Wasn't far off being lapped the lap previous by Chris Owen. Well, he's been lapped now. And not many other battles going on in that midfield. Charter's absolutely checked out from Santiago.
There's
so
like
that
a
battle's
5-car crash at turn 7 if you're interested in that one.
Yeah, let's have a look. Oh, I could actually see there's a car upside down. So here we go, upside down battle again. And no surprises as to who it being, one of the admins, and have a look at who it is trying to help him back on his wheels.
I mean, the admins have spent so much time on their roof. Surely they could have thrown.
Yeah,
Big
right.
shout out to Lachlan Mansell as well.
Yes.
Lachlan Mansell for jumping in and commentating the whole series when he's been able to. Of course, well, tonight, real world commitments. Lucky Bugger gets to, I assume, fly around the country and commentate at various racetracks week in, week out, living the dream, and does this when he can and does a stellar job of it, I must say. And I guess that's why he's doing it for a profession, isn't it? He's
exactly
really good
right.
at it.
He is very, very good and knows his stuff and absolutely loves it as well. He's so passionate about it. He actually messaged me at 3 o'clock to say, unfortunately, I can't come. He's actually in the process of moving house, has to move out by the weekend, and because he works weekends away at a racetrack, he hasn't had time to actually pack his house, and he's just realised a little bit overwhelming how much he's got to do, so he's decided he better pull his commitments from Just Send It for tonight. So big shout out to Lockie for his awesome help and support, and we fingers crossed we'll have Lockie back for season 3, which will start up, fingers crossed, in mid-March. Be,
you can announce that, but not who's taking it over.
I can't say too much. I mean, that's unconfirmed, but that's the plan at this stage, is from mid-March relaunch of Season 3 of Just Send It, but everything else is still up in the air. Cody Bircher actually starting to close in on Cameron Dance. It's not a huge amount each lap, but it is enough. It is enough to make an impact. You can see it was about 3.5 seconds a couple of laps ago. It is under 3 seconds now, so this gap is closing for sure between Dance and Bircher.
Lapped car in the middle as well, Ivan Van Ticchiato, as that should have helped Bircher in closing in a little bit down the straight. It may have balked him a bit through 1 and 2, and I'll tell you what, Bircher's going to watch out for Joshua Burden behind him too. He's a lap down, but pretty pacey at the moment as Bircher finds his way through. And now next car on the list is actually Matt Charter, is falling behind Dance, a lap down as well.
Congratulations to Matt Charter as well for his efforts on the weekend. His best ever finish in the Dunlop Super 2 Series in Adelaide, so well done to Matt. So Daniel Aish has gone around. Of course, we saw Aish involved in that little bit of contact early with those guys that were having a little bit of fun back in the field. But Aish has looped it all on his own, and guess what? Brenton Hobson, you'll see, here he is on screen. Hobson will go past Aish and take 6th position. So Brenton Hobson is keeping the meme alive by getting himself into 6th. At current pace and current position, the unofficial championship, if there was a real championship, Brenton Hobson would be a mile in front and would be the champion of Just Send It.
Just Hobson finally leads a championship. There's not actually a championship that anyone pays attention to. Poor Hobbo.
Has been very, very consistent throughout this series, though, has Brenton Hobson. He's just managed to finish the races he hasn't been too strong in, but the races he has been strong, he's dominated. So did a really good job. He was on pole in our race in the Pro 2 light trucks. He's right on cue. He's actually looped. I just realised I was on a replay and he's lost a couple of spots. Daniel Aish closing in on Mitchell McLeod now.
How many incidents is Glenn Wood on, by the way?
Alright, how about your guess?
78.
We play it like the price is right. Higher.
What?
Higher. We have
90?
we have 4 drivers that are over 100 incidents in this race.
Are any of them in the top 10?
No.
No.
Look, they're probably the 4 drivers that everybody out there could guess as well.
Let me guess. Harrison, Glenn Wood, Ben McMillan, and Job Stewart.
Well done. They are the 4.
You win a Milwaukee racing hat.
Ethan
No.
Grigolt's gone around. Let's see what's happening to Ethan Grigolt. Another self-spin. When the tyres start to go away a little bit, it's very, very easy to lose that grip and just around it goes. I mean, obvious when the tyres go away that you lose grip.
How tyres work, Jake.
It's been a long day. Daniel H closing in on Mitchell McLeod. We'll continue this battle.
Speaking of long days, triple header coming up on Saturday.
Yep.
NASCAR iRacing Series at midday, or 1 o'clock, daylight saving time. Followed by the Major Series at 5:45, and then Porsche at 11.
At 11:15 at night. Final round of the Porsche Esports Super Cup qualifiers, and it is very, very, very tight at the front. So there's probably 7 or 8 drivers that could make it in based on this final round result. So it's absolutely critical. What was that?
Look where McMillan is.
Oh, wow. Now, we said that we had a driver in the fence before, but that is in the fence,
I don't
Flash is on the
understand
fence.
the physics of how that car is. All the weight of that car is rear, and yet the rear is just sitting up. And Job Stewart's come to try and help him out, but I don't think he can actually get his car high enough up to...
How has he done this, though? Whoa!
Gotta be careful, because Chris Owen goes through nicely. Easy done.
That was a strange incident. Strange way that that's happened.
And he's given up on it and going back to pits. 12 minutes left in this one. Then Chris Owen leading by a margin of 18 seconds. 5 cars on the lead. Lap Cameron Dent's at second, 3 seconds out from Cody Bircher in third. Ethan Grigolt, the 28-second margin back to Grigolt in fourth. I don't know what I just said, but I'm just going to roll with it. 10 seconds back to
I think he got distracted by this car. When you see it here, Harrison Dengate is...
Oh! That's a cozy spot.
It is, and I believe that was Glenn Wood that put him in the fence. So watch this onboard from Glenn Wood. As he slows up and waits for Harrison Dengate.
These are all the things that Glenn Wood wishes he could have done over the years as a driver in the real world. This is the pent-up anger of decades of racing.
These guys out there just getting rid of some anger from the real world of motorsports.
What's he racing mostly? Glenn Wood now?
GT4. He's been racing in lately the Oz GT series, the GT4 class.
Chris Owens in the lane.
Yep, second round of pit stops are pretty much up now. So drivers will have to come in and make that second splash of fuel.
You say that like 20 minutes ago? Second round of pit stops is...
Well, I said from 25 minutes to go, the window was open, but this is about when the window will close. You've got not much time left to do it from now. And maybe probably need about 3 or 4 seconds of fuel to get it home from here.
Which will cover the pit tyres as well as overtaking pit lane. Not bad. World record for a pit stop completed by Red Bull at this very track, I believe it was, on Max Verstappen, 1.8 seconds.
Yep.
The end of last year at Interlagos. Funnily enough, yeah.
Difference being that didn't have to fuel the car at that point as well, which of course the era of cars that we are watching here still had the ability to be refueled.
And this is Williams, so I mean, lower those expectations by a good couple seconds.
Williams are okay in the pits. Just everywhere else they weren't that quick.
The only place they're fast. Didn't they win a couple of
they won some pit
some
pit stop awards over the years, so it'd say that Williams are always been this era here they were mid-pack runners. They weren't back markers at this point. They were midfield runners. See if Dance comes in. No, continues on.
Trent Harrison's just cleared some black flags for himself. Oh, he's thrown the caution. Here we go then. What is it going to be? About an 8-minute sprint to the end?
It won't even be that. We've got 8.5 minutes left on clock. Probably going to have about a 5-minute race at the end. So we'll probably let a few drivers through. What's going to happen here? This will be interesting. Dance is going to be on old tyres in the lead of the race. Can he save enough fuel under this caution to make it home? And Chris Owen, fresh tyres, full tank of fuel, right tucked up behind him.
Could have cleaned him up massively.
That was almost
The
an
fuel
accident
check
between
up.
those two.
Surely someone's going to get collected here.
Well done, guys. They've actually sorted themselves out.
Did that pretty well.
I'm impressed.
Maybe Trent finally tuned into the broadcast.
It's just on a 15-minute delay.
Yeah. What was the last lap for Owen? 132. Oh, it's come out of the pits. Can't read too much into that. Might go green this lap. Wouldn't surprise me.
Well, no, the lights are still on the pace car, so it'll be another lap under caution, of course.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll leave us, I reckon, about 5 minutes left on the clock, which won't be long.
It'll be less than that. By the time we get around to
probably.
a massive lap in this joint under safety car conditions, about 3 to 4 minutes. Maybe 2 to 3 minutes even. But still, another lap takes us below 5 minutes to go. It's about half this lap left. So yeah, going to be an absolute sprint. What have I said? What's happened?
No, you just watch this replay here. Now you can guess who from the speed that he's going under caution. But just ahead of him here is, I believe, Harrison Dengate, who's just come out of the pits from being in the fence, and he runs him off the circuit and into the fence. Glenwood is being an absolute menace out there, and I must say it is highly entertaining watching him do it.
It is. So, this is how they line up at the moment, barring any pit stops. Cameron Dance, Chris Owen, Cody Bircher, Brenton Hobson's a lap down. A lot of lapped cars. Darren McKenzie's had an incident there. There's a lot of lapped cars in between Cody Bircher in third and Ethan Grigault in fourth. There's 1, 2, 3. Well, Josh Burden and Glenn Wood have just crashed on the safety car and being collected by, I'm assuming, Ben McMillan. Jay?
That was, I believe, Trent Harrison who cleaned up the car of Darren McKenzie there.
There was another one. Glenn Wood and Josh Burden. Named straight. Ben McMillan, it was him, comes through and cleans both of them up.
Oh, wow.
Alright,
there's a lot of banter going on here.
Yeah.
Dance is in the pits. So he's realised he hadn't got enough fuel to make it home. He's come in. Ethan Grigault is staying out by the looks of it. Guy Leach also on the lead lap has stayed out. Mitchell McLeod has stayed out. So McLeod has got his lap back.
Is Dance still third?
Dance is in fourth.
Rejoined. It's right alongside the...
Yeah, you're rejoining in fourth position.
He's right alongside Grigault.
Yep.
But he's not jumped on the throttle for some peculiar reason.
You'll have to wait.
No, it scores you after it comes out of the past the cones, isn't it? So
yep, exactly right.
He's not scored all the way back to the rear of the field, which sucks for him. Sucks we've got so many lapped cars in this too.
Wave him by, Trent. Wave him by.
Yeah, come on, Trent.
No, better not, because it might give us an extra lap under caution, which means that we won't even get a green lap. But longest...
Yeah, so 7 cars. We're going to have 3 cars, I think, scrapping it for the win. Owen, Bircher, and Grigault.
Yep.
The Grigault's got, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cars. 7 cars between him and Cody Bircher, so 2 cars.
And Chris Owen not the lead of the field either. He's not the lead of the train. So Chris Owen will not lead the field away. It's Glenn Wood that's actually leading the train. And Trent Harrison as well is at the front of this field too. So this could be all sorts of bizarre right now.
Buckle up. I'm expecting Harrison to go like at the last possible second.
I think he's going to go out of the final corner and just blitz on past the safety cars. He just gets turned by Glenn Wood. I'll tell you what, Chris Owen must be absolutely nervous of what's going on beside him right now. Giving them all a very wide berth.
Cam Dan's got a drop to end for exiting a closed pit. That's why he...
6th.
Is back there and now in 6th place as Wood and Harrison are level pegging each other, trying to take the lead away. So the pace car has to get to pit road before the leaders can go. And the issue with Interlagos is... okay. So Owen now leads the field. The issue with Interlagos is, oh no, here comes Wood. You can't go early because you've got to wait until the pace car is down on pit road. Of course, in real life, the pace car peels off well before now. No such luxury, as Harrison and Wood are going to keep turning each other. They're going to make sure the whole field gets black flagged if they keep doing this.
I think that's their aim. I think they don't care. In saying that it is the last race of the season, so we'll see how it plays out. But it has been entertaining, and these guys have definitely helped put on a
pace
show.
Car dives down. There goes Harrison. There goes Wood with a mother of all runs. Chris Owen slots into the race lead. Green line behind them. Josh Morris absolutely flies up and over the cash fence, and he's gone. Racetrack. He's gone to another universe with that machine as they continue to crash out of turn number 3. Someone black faced the wrong way. A replay here of, I believe it was Ivan Vantagiato that just absolutely launched
into the stratosphere.
Yeah.
Time for the lead. Owen and Birch are side by side. This is for the win in this race.
Bircher on the inside. Owen trying to hold tough around the outside. Bircher can't keep it up there. They're going to have 2 laps to go when they come across the start-finish line. Bircher's going to have the slipstream effect down this main straight.
Birch is on old tyres though, remember that is going to be a big factor. Chris Owen pitted right before the safety car came out. Bircher only has pitted once, so A, he could be short on fuel, and B, those tyres will be hurting in comparison to Chris Owen.
Slipstream effects, watch the big lunge up the inside at turn number 1. It will be 2 laps to go as they come across the start-finish stripe. Owen sits the car in the middle of the track. Bircher goes to the outside of turn number 1. Can he keep his nose up there for turn 2? He can't do it. Almost making contact, but they keep it clean. Fantastic racing between the pair of them. As they come out of turn 3, here goes Bircher to the inside. Owen chases him across the track, but Bircher's going to sweep back across his nose and take that lead away. And now Owen going to be the one with the slipstream effect, but they get back to the main straight in this order. But Bircher might be on the threat here as to the inside goes Owen. Straight back he goes. And Bircher, I think, going to come back at this one. No, he sits in behind.
That's a great move from Chris Owen there. Just knew that the tyres were good enough to be able to do it. Trusted the car performance as well. Cody Bircher just had to sit and watch there. He's got to hang with him. In the background, Ethan Griggould, he's dropping, but Bircher just has to hang here with Chris Owen. That draft effect down the front straight brings them side by side right at the finish line. So this is not done. 1 lap to go. White flag in the air this time.
For the final time, they race down into turn number 1. Owen with a bit more of an advantage than he had last time around. Can Bircher get close enough? I think Owen's got just enough of a gap this time at least into the first corner. Bircher's too far back. Can he close up through 1 and 2 and get that slipstream down into turn 4? The old tyres not working at the moment. Owen, 2 cars almost get him involved for battle for the lead, but they keep it out of the way on the outside of turn 3. And Owen has opened up a nice handy little gap now. He needs to keep it smooth though, can't make a mistake.
100%, because the slightest little error will bring Cody Bircher right into this now. He's not far away, and he will try and take advantage if he can. Chris Owen, a little lock up. Slight little run off line, but he's going to hold on to the position. Clock officially hit 0. 60 minutes of racing is done. This is officially the final lap of the race. The checkered flag not far away. Chris Owen might have just done enough. He just has to get through the final corner properly.
Into the final corner for the final time. He mid-side apex nicely. Gets the launch out of the corner. And Chris Owen with an advantage of about a second. Coming through the main straight, going to hold on and claim victory in the final round of Season 2 of Just Send at the end of an era as Harrison and Lowe bid farewell. And Owen puts his mark on the season as Bircher settles for second.
Leach just beats Cameron Dance home. Ethan Griggould had an incident on the last lap, has dropped to 5th and just holds off from Daniel H. and Mitchell McLeod, the last car in the lead lap.
It was probably with Hobson.
Probably
and oh, look where Griggould ended up! What a spot! He was stuck right on the top of the catch fence there. He was tucked up on the slipstream of Hobbo. Down the run to the main finish line. Couldn't get there. Gave him a push. And
That's why it's called catch fencing.
Yeah. The catch fence doing its job.
Massive congratulations to Glenwood. Finishes the race on 207 incidents.
That has to be a world record.
I have seen a driver get 400. Race. Yeah, for a 1 hour race. I've seen a driver get over 200 in a 2 hour enduro in an official race, but not in a hosted race. But 207 is a very, very impressive effort. So congratulations, Glenn. But well done to Chris Owen. A great drive, and would have been great to see Rogers go the whole way. But Chris Owen, who is one of the members we were talking about that is behind the broadcast of the iRacing Grand Prix series here on SimSpeed TV starting in March. And Chris will be one of the featured drivers, and there'll be many, many more names that you will recognise throughout those races as well.
Let's go through the results then. 7/10 of a second, 3/4 of a second. The gap in the end between Owen and Bircher. Leach came home third ahead of Cameron Dance and Ethan Grigalt. Daniel Aish, Mitchell McLeod, 6th and 7th. Top 10 rounded out. First of lap cars, Joshua Burden, Brendan Hobson, and Mitchell McGarry.
McGarry, a name that we didn't mention all night, just snuck his way up through the field to go over the page. Simon Black finishes in 11th. Then we get our 2 lap down cars, Jack Wittes and Josh Morris and Reese Harnell, the 3 that are 2 laps down as the car just launches over our camera in the curb there. Jonathan Bykoff 3 laps down. Then we got Darren McKenzie, Jaden Wanzik, Matt Charter, Harrison Dengate, and Ivan Vantiago.
Rest of the results will cycle through on your screen. As we don't do any interviews, just do we?
No, we can just take our time here.
So, are we awaiting anything from Mr. Harrison or Lowe? I know you mentioned something about them possibly wanting to have a word at some point.
Well, I did hear that they did want to come and have a chat, but at this stage it doesn't look like they're coming. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait a minute because we do have a few things that we do have to hand out and announcements we have to make. But big congratulations to everyone who participated tonight. It was a good, fun event and a fun combo that is very, very difficult. I mean, this is the iRacing A-class car for a reason because it is not an easy car to drive. And the drivers that were out there on track were really struggling because, as I said, it's not easy. I've driven this car enough times to know that I don't want to do it again. So, it's a car I don't enjoy driving.
What an endorsement for the iRacing.
Yeah. No. What I'm saying is I am not an A-class driver, so I should stay away from this car. There's other drivers that are much, much more suited to driving this car than me. But
there isn't a class to describe you, Jay.
But from the Just Send It admin team, which I'm semi a part of, I guess. I'm in the loop, so just want to say big congratulations to Reese and Trent for their hard work, but also behind the scenes, Simon Black for hosting all the servers, John Emerson for the awesome highlight videos and opening videos that we've had throughout the season, Simon Feigl for his work behind the scenes with setups and things like that, Frank and the crew from JSC Technologies, Luke from SimWorks, Lee and the crew from Melbourne Performance Centre, the guys from Aerobus Motorsports, Vince Gucciardo and GB Galvanizing for their support as well, Ben McMillan and Andre Burrell. Big thanks to those guys as well for their help behind the scenes too. It's been an awesome series, and us at SimSpeed TV can't thank the guys from Just Send It enough for giving us the invite to come and do this firstly, and for having us as part of the family as well, because it has been so much fun to be a part of. But it's not going anywhere. We'll be back next season. Just going to be a change. It's going to be an evolution. It's not going away. Just an evolution.
Is that a hint? Is it Evolution Racing Team?
I'm not saying anything, but yeah, I'm not saying anything.
Where do we find out the winner for the? Obviously, we know the top 30 getting the Milwaukee Racing hats, but the random viewer prize
will be announced on the Facebook page in the next few days. Of course, it has to be calculated and worked out who has actually entered. So it'll be in the next couple of days, and there'll be a post up on Facebook in the coming days for the winner of the $250 prize from the guys at Melbourne Performance Centre, and there is still a little bit of time left to enter. So if you were racing and are just tuning in now just to see how the broadcast was, quickly share the broadcast, put MPC in the chat for your chance to go in the draw to win that $250 voucher from Melbourne Performance Centre.
But I think that will do us for Season 2 of Just Send It. For the Harrison and Lowe era, we'll call it. before we start the new chapter in a few weeks' time. Plenty more, though, still to come for SimSpeed TV on our YouTube channel, of course. Make sure you like both SimSpeed Sports Network on Facebook and SimSpeed TV on and SimSpeed on YouTube, and as well both Just Send It Facebook and YouTube pages. This is up to date with all the latest broadcasts coming up on Friday night, I believe, is our next broadcast for SimSpeed. A few days off for Jay. You'll be happy with that. We have
Just 2.
Oh yeah.
We have 4 in 2 days.
Official truck series at 10 p.m. 10:15 p.m. Australian Daylight Savings Time. And then on Saturday, we have NIS at 1 p.m. Porsche and Majors Series all on the same day. So stay tuned for that marathon of an event. And that will do us, though. From myself, Ryan Jones, from Jay Kennedy, alongside me, it's been a pleasure calling this race for you. A lot of fun. And thank you for tuning in. Can't wait to see you next time.
Sometimes you just got to lick the stamp and send it.
I don't know what happened on there. I just plucked her in first and gave some gentle. Fuck yeah. Sorry.
You are racing with other people. And if you no longer go for a car that exists, you're no longer a racing driver.
We go green for 40 minutes of racing around Monza.
Look at defense by Ethan Grigol, just getting so punchy.
And a brilliant getaway already from Josh Rogers.
2 pro drivers going at it here between Dylan O'Keefe and Nick Foster.
Stanaway's demoted to 3rd. Webster wins week 9 here at Sebring through the final corner. That's a huge slide for Cooper Murray. Just trying to barge their way through, and that's whoa, that's a merry-go-round for Nick Burkett. Campbell, Paolo Gaon, and Ferraris behind. Glenn Wood actually was flipped into the barriers. One of the most exciting pirouettes I've seen in quite some time. That's Van Gisbergen, and his day is done. Tell you what, if Calvin wins this race, I wouldn't be surprised. He's all 4 wheels up the racetrack. Wow, but he just saves it on the apex.
Contact almost made, side by side through the elevation change, and Scotty McLaughlin had the move done, but he got over the crest. And
what a send!
Dylan O'Keefe sends it up to the inside, can't do anything with it.
Shane Van Gisbergen already on the attack.
It begins and sending has begun.
And it's going to be a drag race to the line. Tuesday night is rapidly becoming a night to lick the stamp. Send it.
Oh, I forgot I was helping commentate here. I was just sitting back in my jocks and